You know, there's a very common theme amongst all of you in the comments. Don't think I don't see them. You behind your phone or your keyboard, shaming me for being a bad influence.
Holly, how dare you make my TBR bigger? I just bought more books because of you. R.I.P. my bank account.
Well, you know what? I figured I'd do the opposite today. Get you in the mood to release the burden in your life, move over that dark cloud hovering above your head, cleanse that toxic blood in your veins. We're unhauling books today. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. I know we hate these, but they have to be said every single time. I will be donating all of these books. No, I will not be selling them. There will be a giveaway for these books, which I'll mention in a second. I have read most of these, and just because I'm getting them out of my library doesn't mean that they are bad. Well, some of them are. In fact, some of them are going to get me canceled. Very controversial. I just need the space. If you saw my last video, which was a full library tour, you know I can't even stuff a freaking magazine in these babies anymore. Also, I don't need to be holding on to books that I won't reread. 2021 is looking amazing when it comes to new releases, especially from Orbit Books. My goodness. Sale alert. Sale alert and giveaway alert. For a limited time only, you can purchase my goofy face to wear around for the holidays for 20% off. This is the biggest sale that I've done since launching these, so get them now while they are hot and fresh. The link will be down below, just click it and the savings will already be applied. Also, if you purchase a shirt and send me proof of your receipt with all of your important information hidden, please, you will be entered in a giveaway to choose whichever book you want from this video. Maybe 2 or 3 if I'm feeling extra spicy. And though I cannot ship books out of the US because it's expensive AF, if you're in a different country, I will just purchase a book for you. All of the rules will be in the description box if you need a read through, and I hope to see all of you wearing my goofy face for Christmas.
Okay, let's get started.
I'm going to start with the books that I have read. Ooh, there are some tough ones in here, but we'll get through this together. And the first one is Horrid. This came in a recent out crate. I read it and thought it was okay. It's a YA mystery, somewhat horror, I guess. It's not scary whatsoever, though, at least for me. It was enjoyable to the point where you want to know what happens at the end. Also, I will say the ending is super abrupt. Everything about this in general is very baseline with not a lot of texture to it. I just don't need it. But hey, if you purchase a shirt, you might get it. The Dance of Thieves duology. This one is a lot harder to let go. I really enjoyed the first one, but it's been so long since I've read it and I never went on to book 2. Right here. It was backwards. I'm really bad at what I do. And I honestly do not see myself ever doing so. I don't really remember some key points of the story, so I would have to reread this again, and I know I won't ever take the time to do that. So it's just taking up space at this point. Unfortunately, this is why I tend to wait till an entire series is out before I read the first book, because this can happen. And unfortunately, it's the case. I don't promote that, by the way. Read and support the author and read the first book. I have a whole video about it, actually. And then I have Midnight Thief and Daughter of Dusk, another duology that I actually really loved when I read it years ago. It deserved much better, and here I am getting rid of it. Oops. It just has a lot of elements that I enjoy, like an assassin's guild, a badass character, a lot of thievery and heists. But I have held onto these for so long, and I feel like it's time to pass them along to someone else. King of Fools. This is the sequel to Ace of Shades, which I have a copy of and I am not unhauling it. It's very much staying on my shelf for now because I really enjoyed it. But I did not enjoy the sequel so much. And you'll actually see as this video goes on, that's kind of a theme today. I'm not afraid to separate series anymore. If I didn't enjoy a book, it doesn't need to be sitting on my shelves. But I highly recommend the first one. It's a more bleak Las Vegas kind of setting. You know, I was going to say this next book might trigger you, but everyone hates it so much that I don't think it will. Of course, The Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. But this might surprise you. I actually love the A Court and Thorns and Roses series. Way more than Throat of Glass. I actually don't own that series anymore, but this little novella here, it ain't it, girl. I just don't care to own this. It's not going to bother me that I won't have the whole collection. It's a cringy book that serves absolutely no purpose. It really does feel like a cash grab, just like the freaking cover change to the next book. If you don't think that's a cash grab for you to rebuy the new Ugly series, oh honey, think again. And I did say ugly. I have a million adult fantasies with beautiful covers, and they done fucked up. Okay, listen. I want to love every book on my shelf, and this ain't gonna be one of them. Or 2 of them. 6 of Crows. and Crooked Kingdom. This series was so boring to me. I came so close to DNFing Six of Crows when I first read it, and I pushed myself through to the end. I will say that I enjoyed the second one so much more, but I can't look at Crooked Kingdom without thinking about the blandness of Six of Crows. I can't do it. So they're both just going to go away, and I do love these covers so much. I love the gothic aesthetic that is Leigh Bardugo. She's my persona, but sometimes her books aren't for me. I have another Leigh Bardugo book, King of Scars. I pre-ordered this actually and was kind of disappointed in it. The ending pissed me off so much. It felt like all of the progress of the story in the Grishaverse and all of the character development got thrown in the freaking garbage truck.
That is dumping me in the garbage truck right now!
I can't even explain myself because that would be spoilery, but I know I shouldn't keep this if I'm questioning whether or not I'm going to read the sequel. Stars Above and Fairest. This is in the situation where I don't care if I separate series, and here is proof of that. I did enjoy the Lunar Chronicles actually, and I kind of questioned if I want to unhaul those or not, but I'm not quite ready yet. I do still like to see them on my shelves, but I really don't care to have these. And I think that is progress within my reader life. I feel like I am growing and don't mind separating series. It's like therapy. I am being ruthless today because I have another whole trilogy next. The Magnus Chase trilogy. Another series that I loved overall. I thought the middle book was just okay, which might be influencing me to unhaul it more, but nonetheless, I will not reread these. I love Percy Jackson. I don't have any plans to unhaul him in the foreseeable future, but I can definitely let these go. It's Norse mythology based, and if I ever want to get my Norse fill, I'll just replay God of War.
There's the mountain! Let's go!
Not yet.
It's fine! See?
I think someone younger will get a lot more enjoyment out of these, and that's my hope. And we got another whole trilogy. The Wonderla Trilogy. This series is currently in limbo for me, I will admit. I've owned this series since 2015. The first book is the oldest book on my TBR, and like last week, I said, screw it. I'm going to read it, and I did. And I enjoyed it. I'll be talking about it in my next reading wrap-up, and I will be continuing with the series, I think, but after I'm finished, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pass these along, which is why I'm including it in today's video. Middle grade has to be incredibly special for me to keep it, and though this is good so far, I don't feel the need to keep it. But hey, that could change. Maybe the second and third book are freaking phenomenal, but for now, I definitely plan to unhaul these. Up next, I am unhauling the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. Listen, I loved this series when I read it. Even though I didn't care all that much for the third book, it lacked a lot of balance within the story for me, and I also think the ending was wrapped up in a weird way. It's been years, so I'm trying to remember. But I really don't feel the need to hold on to these. I don't think I will ever reread them. If I ever do feel the need to read them, I'll just read them on my Kindle. But for now, I really don't need the physical copies. I don't feel any emotional attachment to them. They're just up on the very top of my shelf. So I don't need them, and it feels freaking good. Alrighty, so I'm going to move on to the very small stack here of books I have lost interest in. We Rule the Night. I mentioned this in a previous video that I wasn't sure already if I was going to read it or not. It kind of sounds interesting, but also, I know me. I'm not going to pick this one up anytime soon. And I also think I have this on my Kindle, and I feel like one of you guys will enjoy this so much more than me. So if you enter my giveaway, this could be yours, and that makes me super happy. We Ride the Storm by Devon Madsen. So really quick, there's nothing wrong with this book. I'm getting rid of this copy in particular because Orbit Books actually picked this book up and re-released it with a beautiful new cover, and I want to eventually get that edition instead. So I don't need multiple copies. I am happy to pass this edition along. I'm very interested in the story though. The sequel is coming out early next year, I believe, and I'm really psyched for it. I just want the new beautiful cover. This cover is beautiful too, don't get me wrong, but I just really want the Orbit Books edition. The Queen's Assassin. This was randomly sent to me from the publisher a while ago, which I really wish YA publishers didn't do that. There's so many more YA focused bloggers and booktubers. This could have went to them. I immediately set this in my unsure unhaul pile, and while getting ready for this video, I grabbed that pile and had totally forgotten about this. I mean, it might be good, but it's not one I feel like investing my time in, but it could be yours if you buy a t-shirt. And the final two books I am unhauling today are in very similar situations. I have Daughters of the Storm and the Smoke Thieves. I received both of these arcs a while ago, and I unfortunately just never got to either of them, and over time I have forgotten about them. These both came out in 2018. My tastes have drastically changed. There are so many other books in my TBR queue ahead of these. They're just in the back of the pack. Whew, and that's going to be it for today's unhaul. We are almost into the year of 2021, and it feels good to curate my shelves into the best that they can be. I do feel like they could be a little bit better, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Don't forget to enter my giveaway. All of the rules and all the information will be down below in the description box. Purchase my merch and then send me proof, like the receipt behind any important information, to my Instagram or Twitter, and you'll be entered in the giveaway and you could win whatever book you want in this haul. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up because it really supports me, and also subscribe if you haven't. I upload videos every single week. Turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. I know some of you are missing my videos and it makes me very sad. Follow me on Instagram at HollyHeartsBooks or on Twitter at HollyNiece, and until I meet again, happy reading.